everyone. A year ago, I had the opportunity to visit Glacier National Park, and it was one of the most incredible places I have ever been. And one of my biggest dreams is to be a mother, and I would love them to experience and feel the same way as I felt when I saw those glaciers. However, due to climate change, they won't be able to because scientists have been predicting that by 2030 the glaciers will be gone. So the topic today is climate change and how this is an issue. A lot of people treat this as a fate, like, oh, I believe or I don't believe. But no, this is actually an issue, and we have data to prove that this is happening. It's our reality right now. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about some problems due climate change, who we are going to blame on it, and a few solutions to change this scenario. In the fourth National Climate Assessment published in 2018, the authors stated how climate change has altered the duration, magnitude, and frequency of extreme events, including droughts, forest fires, floodings, hurricanes, and heat waves. So climate change is impacting our ecosystems and our life quality. But there are a few changes that we can make to change this reality. So let's start talking a little bit about some problems that we are facing due to climate change. In an article published in 2023 by Peter Friedwell, he discussed the loss of ice in Antarctica in 2022 and how that affected the life cycle of the imperiled penguins. So basically, this species of penguins are in a high risk of getting extinct right now because of the loss of ice. So their whole life cycle happens on the ice. They lay the eggs and they hatch the eggs on the ice. But in 2022, because the temperatures were higher, the ice melted before they could reproduce themselves, and now they are getting extinct. Another thing we are going to discuss is the warming temperature of the oceans. So according to NASA, in an article published in 2023, they discussed how around 90% of the excess heat from global warming is being absorbed by the ocean. And this is resulting in the displacement of populations. And what do I mean by that? So basically, the water is getting warm, the ice is melting, and the water level is rising. So cities are getting under the water. They are, and they are going to. So a lot of populations will have to migrate to different areas because a lot of cities will be under the water. Who should we blame on all these problems that we just talked about? Me and you and us, everyone. It's our fault. And we are always trying to see what the big companies are going to do about that, what our leaders are going to do about that. And that's true, they actually have a huge impact, but you also have a huge impact. A small change can make a big difference. And with that being said, Jeff Tolson published an article in 2022 discussing how in worldwide in recent years, billions of tons of carbon dioxide and another greenhouse gases, they have been emitted annually into the atmosphere. And all these gases are being emitted by transportation. So transportation is a huge contributor for climate change. And basically, we use transportation to go to work, go to school. That's how our food get to the grocery store. That's how we get supplies. It's all by transportation. So that's a huge impact. Another thing that I would like to talk about is the agriculture. They are another responsible for up to 91% of rainforest destruction, and this is according to the World Bank newspaper. And basically, the agriculture they reduces the habitat for forest living humans and animal species because they do the deforestation of areas to raise grains, to feed animals, and even like just to raise animals. And I'm talking about the meat industry right now. Usually people try to hide what's going on with that industry, but they have a lot of responsibility on global warming right now. And there's actually a huge impact on Amazon. Amazon is being deforested for a few years now, and that is impacting climate change. Now let's talk a little bit about some solutions for these problems that we discussed. And a report by the Waste and Resource Action Program explores how rental business, they are actually super effective from carbon impact perspective. And it's actually awesome because the fashion industry is not super sustainable, but now we have some new business where you can rent clothes and reduce that huge impact of consumption. The second thing I would like to talk about is how growing your own food reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And this was discussed in an article called "The Potential for Urban House with Vegetable Gardens to Reduce Greenhouse Gas Emissions." And this is actually a great option to help reducing the gas emissions. Growing your own food, because you're not going to use fertilizers, and also you won't need transportation, so you're gonna have at your house. And at last, let's talk about reducing energy use. So if you are not using the lights, let's keep them off. If you don't need the AC, let's keep them off, and that helps a lot. Well, I would like to conclude my speech saying one more time that climate change is actually a problem, and we're starting to face the effects right now, and the next generation, it will suffer even more. So to finish my speech, I would like to share with you guys a quote from Barack Obama, where he said, "We are the first generation to feel the effect of climate change, and the last generation who can do something." I really hope I can actually make a little difference today. This is a very polemic topic, but it's also very important because this is our home. This is my home. This is your home. And we gotta take care of this, because even though we have a very rich planet in ecosystems and species and life, this is not forever, and we are destroying this. So thank you so much.